I'm super excited to introduce our next speaker to give their letter to America. We have Idris Brewster, who's a Brooklyn-born artist and creative technologist who disrupts traditional narratives through immersive spatial storytelling. He's the executive director of Kinfold Foundation, an augmented reality archive empowering communities to shape public memory. Please welcome Idris to perform From My Grandmother's Hands to Yours.
How's everyone doing today? Good. Okay, that's good to hear. So I'm going to speak today about my grandmother and what reflections that gives me of the current moment. Just get in order. So my grandmother's hands, they taught me everything that America tried to hide. Guided by the imagination of my ancestors who built this nation while being told that they could never truly belong to it. My grandmother's hands, weathered from work, gentle from wisdom, knew how to hold the contradiction that is America. They knew America as both violence and opportunity, as both erasure and endurance. My grandmother's hands knew the real America, the one that isn't trending on TikTok, the one built by people whose names never made it into the records, whose labor was never credited, whose survival was never celebrated because it was expected, required, and ultimately extracted. Her hands moved through this country carrying memory that no history book celebrated, and that no history book would ever print, knowledge that couldn't be found in any search engine. And so in this current moment, while America is telling its own story about who it is, I see other Americas. One that exists on our devices, curated, algorithmic, designed to keep us engaged, but never really connected. And one that exists in our neighborhoods, messy, embodied, requiring us to show up with intention, even when it's hard. And so as we scroll through countless images of America on our phones, the protests, the celebrations, the outrage, the inspiration, we mistake that flood of information for understanding. We see hundreds of opinions about what's happening in our country and confuse that noise for truth. We watch our feeds and believe that what we are watching is our true America unfolding before our eyes. But my grandmother, her hands knew something different. They knew that real understanding comes from touch, not from our screens. That real liberation lives in our bodies and not in our databases. That the truth about a place, about a people, about a country, about a history, that truth gets passed down through the roots of our community. Through sitting at kitchen tables until my legs grow weak, through cooking meals that carry across oceans, through actually knowing and caring for your neighbors. And we're losing this America. The imagination of billionaires and tech bro CEOs has created technology that mediates and controls how we understand our America. And these platforms, y'all, they are not our friends. They're designed to keep us separated, outraged, and endlessly consuming information about each other without ever actually really getting to know one another. They profit from our disconnection. They convince us that we're independent, that we can curate our feeds, that we can craft our identities all on our own. But my grandmother's hands, they knew the truth. We are never independent. We've always needed to rely on each other, especially during hard times. And right now, this is one of those extremely hard times. And so if we trace the footprints of history across America, whether it's Sitting Bull and the Lakota Nation's resilience at Little Bighorn fighting to protect their sacred land, Fannie Lou Hamer organizing sharecroppers from Mississippi who were beaten and jailed for registering to vote, or the young lords who organized and occupied hospitals in the South Bronx demanding healthcare for their communities, we'll see countless stories of people, places, and narratives of communities that have reimagined themselves time and time again. This America, this still exists. It exists in community land trusts, protecting neighborhoods from displacement, in mutual aid networks, ensuring nobody goes hungry, in signal chats, alerting communities about impending ICE raids, in the stories passed down from our elders across generations. Too often, communities are told that our stories do not matter, while dominant narratives about America get repeated endlessly until they calcify into the only truth that we can possibly imagine. If our stories didn't matter, if knowing our history was the key to our liberation, then this administration wouldn't spend so much time trying to erase that truth and hide our history. And so through collective action, we can mold new technologies together. Our goal at my organization, Kinfolk Tech, is to chronicle these tales of America from the perspective of its true keepers, both past, present, and future, to co-create a shared collective memory, harnessing the vibrant energy of people, places, and our communities to inspire and build that collective future we can all see. And so 250 years from now, I want our descendants to say, when the powers that be tried to sell us independence, we chose interdependence instead. We remembered that being human and ultimately being American in its fullest sense means recognizing that our collective well-being needs to guide our individual actions. My grandmother's hands, they're gone now. She passed last December, but what they've taught me really lives in my hands, and it can live in yours too. Through the ancient technology of gathering, of telling stories, of being present and refusing to let each other disappear, through the recognition that with our collective imagination, we can make our freedom dreams a reality. And so as I close, I would love everybody to hold the hands of the person to your left or your right, if you can. You can also hold your own hands. And close your eyes, and please just take a deep breath. Now, my provocation for you is, what America are you building? Who are you building it with? And what will your grandchildren say about your decisions that you made when it mattered most? Thank you.